They don't see what it really means to be born different. They think it's a blessing. They think it comes with glory. But when you're born, carrying the weight of something greater, the soul of a king, it's not a gift. It's a burden the world never stops trying to break. From the moment you breathe, they sense something in you. They can't explain it, so they fear it. They don't hit you with fists. They crush you with silence. They don't welcome you. They isolate you. And that weight, that unspoken expectation to lead, to endure, to rise, it never leaves. You weren't handed peace. You were thrown into storms and told to survive. And you did. Not by chance, but by burning every weakness until only fire remained. You walked alone because you had to, while others begged for approval. You became the one who made people nervous when you entered a room, not because you were loud, but because your silence exposed their fear. Your presence made them shrink. Your focus made them uncomfortable. You didn't ask for this, but once it chose you, there was no turning back. A soul like yours doesn't blend in. It separates. It divides. It doesn't crave attention. It creates gravity. You weren't made to fit in. You were built to carry something no one else could, the weight of kingdoms, the price of greatness. And with that power came distance. The more you grew, the quieter your world became. Friends faded. Family didn't understand. Love turned into war. You didn't break it. You just became too much for those too small to walk beside you. They said you changed. No, you just kept walking when they stopped. You outgrew the places, the people, the lies that once held you back. And yes, it hurts. But pain doesn't stop you anymore. It fuels you. You learn that true strength isn't loud. It's silent, disciplined, cold. The kind of strength built in rooms so quiet you can hear your own breath and feel every scar turning into steel. You stopped running from the quiet. You made it your home. You stopped explaining your distance. You embraced it. Because before a man can rule anything, he must first rule himself. A real king isn't soft. He's composed. Not calm, composed. Calm can break, but composure is violence held in place. Beneath your surface lies a rage no one sees, a rage carved from years of being overlooked, underestimated, and expected to carry everything in silence. That rage didn't destroy you. It built you. It became your architect. While others talked, you acted. While they doubted, you built. While they slept, you bled. And now, they can't understand your grind. They don't understand why you move like war, why you don't flinch, why you don't break. It's because you've walked through fire so long that peace became a myth and pain became your power. You don't yell, you don't explain, you deliver. And when they ask why you're so distant, so cold, so relentless, you say nothing, because fire doesn't explain itself to those still afraid of heat. You're not angry at the world. You're just done asking it for permission. You watched weakness become the standard. You listened to enough excuses. You gave time to people who never deserved it. And now, you build, you strike, you take back everything The boy you once were was too soft to claim. The rage they feared, that's your blueprint now. The throne you built, it wasn't made of gold. It was carved from your agony, sealed with every betrayal, every failure, every night no one saw. And when the moment came, when the world turned silent and no one showed up to save you, you didn't cry, you didn't wait, you didn't pray for help. You stood up in the ashes of everything they tried to bury you under, and you chose the crown, not because you were chosen, but because you were willing to bleed when everyone else bowed. That's when the king is born, not in bloodlines, not in favor, in fire. No one owes you understanding. No one owes you loyalty. You carry your own weight. You bury your own pain. You sharpen your will on rejection. You walk alone until others follow. Not out of love, but out of fear. Because real kings don't lead with charm. They lead with consequence. They don't beg, they command. And when they speak, the world doesn't cheer. It changes. You waited long enough for someone to show you how to lead, but no one came. So you built your crown from the bones of every weakness you buried, and now you wear it not with pride, but with silence, because the man with a king's soul doesn't celebrate. He watches, he protects, he enforces, and when the world forgets what it cost to build that throne, he reminds them, not with words, but with fire in his eyes and war in his silence. This is who you are now. You didn't become this by accident. You were shaped in the dark, forged by suffering, and made ruthless by necessity. The world thought it could break you, but all it did was show you who you were always meant to be, a ruler, not by birth, but by blood, scars, and fire. And now you don't need to be understood. You need to be respected, because kings aren't made in comfort. They're revealed in war.